And the audio for me, please. Por favor.
Yep. All right. You'll be listening to the weather, then the snow report.
Okay.
O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
This Snow Country Ski Report is brought to you by Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit to hire great people fast.
It's time for skiing and riding during the 3-day President's Weekend. Let's take a trip to Lee Canyon near Las Vegas, Nevada, our Pepsi Resort of the Week.
26 trails open and all 3 lifts turning at Lee Canyon like the Bluebird Quad. You find a nice mix of intermediate and advanced terrain like the Groom, the Line, or the Strip, or try something a little tougher like Last Chance and Pipeline. Book your tickets in advance and don't forget to add the parking reservation. We'll see you at Lee Canyon, this week's Pepsi Resort of the Week.
Nearby slopes have chilly temperatures overnight, so the snow sets up. The groomers get out, they churn that snow and make it smooth and loose, and then that snow softens when temperatures rise during the day at Bear Mountain with 30 trails and Snow Summit with 26 slopes. They're sold out for daytime skiing during the 3-day President's Weekend, but nighttime sessions still available. Mountain High on 46 trails, and Snow Valley is 100%. I'm Chuck Devine on KMET 1490 AM.
The following is a paid program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. Glad to have you in each and every one of you joining us. So again, on this beautiful day. How are you celebrating the day? We want to know about it. And a couple ideas for you on today's beautiful day. It's National Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day, National Inventors Day, National Make a Friend Day, National Peppermint Patty Day, National Shut-In Visitation Day. Not sure what that means. National White Shirt Day, White T-Shirt Day, and National Giving Hearts Day. Of those, we got lots to choose from. Which one are you going to choose for yourself and your family this day? We got Mr. Jesse Sanchez over there. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
All right, you know my question. Which of these are you going to celebrate today?
Let's make a friend day. That's always fun.
I like that. That's a good idea. That's pretty basic. Just go make a friend, and there you go. There's not much to it except let's see. There's some good quotes. Helen Keller said, "Walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light." Ed Cunningham says, "Friends are those rare people who ask how you are, and then get this, wait for the answer." Right? You ever have that where you get asked by somebody, "How you doing?" and then they walk off. You're like, "Doing good. Pretty good. How are you?" So I used to get that all the time, but there you go. All right. Lots of news stories, some of which I know you're perusing over there. Anything fun to discuss?
I got something funny.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay, so how much do you love Happy Meals?
I used to love them a lot when I was around the little 7-year-old, but go ahead.
Okay, so you know, in Happy Meals, you always got those little toys and stuff. So they're doing a promotion for Pokemon cards.
Oh.
Yeah, that's so cool. Except for, you know, the older people are buying them by like the dozens.
Yeah.
So they're literally buying out all these cards and all these toys for the kids, and you know, they're not leaving anything for them.
So is it, well, you know what, that's what happens though. I mean, the parents, okay, because the smart parents just get it for the kids, right? And then the other parents kind of go, wait a minute, there's a possibility, because I don't think you understand how much certain McDonald's collectibles actually end up going for down the line. There's like a whole movement of those that really love these, and usually if you've ever had a situation where you have a kid that like needs to have, you know, have you ever, well, I guess I don't know, do you have nephews, nieces?
No, not yet.
All right, I could tell you right now, when you got to catch them all, you got to catch them all. So but is it true that I understand there's like cases going for like $1,100 online. Who pays for this stuff?
Are you serious? Oh, I'm gonna buy some McDonald's
You
right now.
see, that's my point. Collectors have amassed hundreds of thousands of dollars auctioning their childhood gems and reselling current products like elite trainer boxes and booster packs. When McDonald's announced it would be including a special 25th anniversary pack of Pokemon cards with each Happy Meal purchase, fans began preparing how they would be securing their lot. And of course, a frenzy grab. There are a fair amount of collectors that just want to catch all 50 cards. The majority are scalpers looking to replicate the success of the 2002 series of Happy Meal Pokemon cards released in Japan. The idea of sharing the joy of Pokemon with children, of course, is pretty warped, but, when you want to try to make some money, the current market price is now $1,100 US dollars for a case of 150 packs, or you can buy them individually for a price of $10 per pack. Some people are giving or ordering 10 Happy Meals at a time just to get the cards, wasting the food in the process. I say give it to somebody homeless if you're going to do that. It's
Right?
not sitting well with parents and genuine fans of Pokemon, with many taking to Twitter to voice their frustration to McDonald's. Here's some comments on some of the stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I kid you not. I'm looking at a whole picture where they're actually going for $925, Jesse.
Yeah, it's crazy on how much these things go for. So if you can snag a couple of Happy Meals with these things inside, do it. But I just feel bad because these adults are going in buying them by the dozens. I just feel bad for the average kid that wants to go in and grab one.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense for sure. So there you go. I don't know. I don't know how to make sense of it. Look at that Pokemon 25th anniversary McDonald's promo 150. Yeah, 925 plus shipping, 925.71 and or best offer. So there you go. So maybe that's just what they're going for. Did you ever do eBay way back in the day or even now? Where you bid? When's the last time you've ever done that?
I honestly, okay, I'll be honest. I started using eBay when I was 16. Back when it first started. I used to have my mom go to the store to get me a what were they called? Where you pay and you get a little check. Cashier's check?
Yeah, okay.
Money order.
Got it.
So I would get that and then I would send it to the wherever address and I would get my products.
Okay.
So I was doing that at the age of 16, made some money.
All right. And you know what? Rocket. Now here's my question for those tuning in. Stephanie Reed says, hello, happy editing this glorious day for today's awesome busy day ahead for today. Everybody knows I used to play Pokemon Go. I don't really play it anymore, although I do have a handle. Sometimes I kind of bored to go which Pokemon are here. Which is your favorite Pokemon though?
Ooh, okay, it's a tough one. I'm gonna have to go with my OG Pokemon that I used to rock with in the beginning. I'm gonna have to go with Charmander.
Okay. Charmander's pretty cool. All right. I like some of the flying ones. But there you go. Yeah.
He can fly when he evolves.
Well, Charizard. Yeah, that makes sense. Maria says National White T-Shirt Day. Let's make a friend day. Yay. Freddie Garcia says good morning, everybody. Awesome. Chica says Nigeria is saying hello. So thank you for the people of Nigeria. Maria says all those Happy Meal toys are worth so much. Indeed, even the old boxes that are not folded are worth lots as well. Yeah, it's kind of smart again. She says later on my Facebook, I'll post my little collection from glasses, cups, and toys from when I was younger. Do you remember when they had the special cups? I remember they were going for glass. They were glassware and
Oh my! Don't get me started on that.
Do you remember those though?
Okay, so they went through a couple of different cups. I remember they went and had these Coca-Cola cups, which were shaped small on the bottom and big on top.
Yeah.
Really thin glass. We had a bunch of them. I'm talking about we had at least a dozen. They all broke. We're so bad with them. But before that, they had these Disney cups, which are really cool because they were really thick and they were just sturdy. But yeah, we broke those too. So if you buy cups from McDonald's, don't use them, unlike us, because we're bad with cups. We just break them.
Yeah, I hear that. So yeah, there you go. You know what? And again, I get it. I get the parents, but save some for the kids. I remember the little 7-year-old at the time. He was trying to collect a certain one, and whenever they showed it in the little mirror or the little display case, and you go, "Oh, do you have any?" They're like, "No, we're sold out." Because the parents were coming in buying. I think they were the Pokemon Gotta Catch 'Em All. I can't remember what it was. It was just something that he really enjoyed. And I was like, because you can ask them, and then you can buy them. And then I knew when the employees were saving them, right? So they're like, no, we don't have it. And another person's like, yeah, we do. It's right there. He's like, so
Yeah, you have those employees.
employees do that too. Yeah, so it's not just the parents. But there you go. They're not supposed to. But all right, here's the latest news. Remember we talked about South Korea doing testing for animals. According to this is local news, just came out actually. Canines and cats with COVID are not new, with a handful of pets across the U.S. coming down with the disease. Health experts say there's no evidence people can catch the virus from their furry friends. However, the Food and Drug Administration has reported infected people can give it to their pets. Jesse, I got so many questions on this. This was back in, remember March when they said no face masks, and I said, I don't know, I'm still going to wear one. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
I feel like this is an article for people that don't use their thinking mind. How could you give it to your cats or dogs, but you can't get it back? Like it only goes a one way. It's like a one-way ticket to the cat or dog, but it I don't know. So in a YouTube video, the FDA said cats and ferrets are the pets most susceptible to COVID-19, but dogs can catch it too. Winston the pug was apparently the first dog in the U.S. to test positive for the coronavirus. Like their owners, animals that test positive should be kept isolation for 14 days. Again, why would you have to isolate it if you don't get it from? You get where I'm going for this? Like, use your thinking mind. After a kitten in South Korea tested positive in January, officials in Seoul are testing all pets with a cough or fever. 2 gorillas at San Diego Zoo tested positive for COVID a month ago. Officials believe they caught it from an asymptomatic zoo worker. The Centers for Disease Control advises the same social distancing for pets as well as people, but they're now doing tests here on the home front, testing to include the furry friends. So, and my mom and I just had this discussion yesterday, Jesse, which I have to. It's funny that we're discussing it now. I always say be careful where you take your animals to, because if you take them to, the shelter, or you take them to go get, to see the vet, they have to practice certain safety protocols as well. Because imagine bringing one in, you have no idea what's wrong with your dog and or cat, and then all of a sudden, it's got coronavirus spreading it to the other animals, or worse yet, one of the other animals is spraying it. It's not like they have ICU rooms, right? So I got questions that, I'm hoping will get answered at some point about that. But, because we were discussing how, back in the day, of course, certain things, people always think that was the rats that gave the bubonic plague, right? Not realizing there's cats and dogs and there's other animals that also could spread. So how can you get it from a rat, but you couldn't get it from a cat or dog? Do you understand what I'm saying, Jesse?
Yeah, I thought it was from the fleas.
Well, and there's theories about fleas, mosquitoes, the like, that they can transport so many different ways, including human activity, as you can imagine, right? So, but that was back in the day when we didn't have all that. So just be careful out there. Again, practice social distancing. I don't know about putting a face mask on your dog and or cat. I don't know that I've heard of any. Well, I guess you wouldn't know if they died from COVID-19, right?
My dog does not like a face mask. I tried.
Really? Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So there you go. Okay, well, let's discuss some more, including some scammers targeting Instagram giveaways. Yep, that's still a thing. Be careful out there. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Out the door, in the car, off to work. the same old morning routine? Take a break and stop for hot coffee or a latte and a fresh homemade cinnamon roll or chocolate cream puff. Donut Delight on Highland Springs Road in Banning is a locally owned family business with a friendly staff and customers who are always glad to see you. Get your morning off to a great start at Donut Delight on the corner of Highland Springs Road and Ramsey Street, right off the I-10 freeway. Serving the Pass area for 22 years. Donut Delight is open at 4:30 a.m. daily.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
Top Line Industrial Supply, your destination for industrial tools and supplies. We make hoses while you wait, hydraulic, air, water, and custom brake lines. Take advantage of our large selection of fasteners from grade 5 to grade F911 and a full line of stainless steel bolts. Our no-cost outside shop service keeps you stocked at no extra charge. Come by one of our 2 convenient locations in Beaumont and Temecula and visit top-lineindustrial.com. At Top Line Industrial, we don't just sell products. We sell solutions.
My mom is a breast cancer survivor. The United Breast Cancer Foundation saved her life. Their free breast cancer exam caught the cancer early, and that saved her life. But now the foundation needs your help so they can continue offering free or low-cost breast screening exams, saving more women's lives. Help them by donating your car, whether it's running or not. They'll provide fast, free 24-hour pickup, and you receive a charitable tax deduction, plus the great feeling you'll get knowing your donated car is going to help save more lives. Just call 800-781-0965 to set the wheels in motion. They take cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, running or not. Call 800-781-0965. The United Breast Cancer Foundation needs your help, and your donation could literally save women's lives, helping them catch breast cancer early, like they did with my mom. Donate today. 800-781-0965. That's 800-781-0965.
Don't let insurance companies make decisions for you. Go to Pass Auto Center in Banning, your one-stop repair facility with full collision repair, auto maintenance, service, and an authorized smog center. You'll also find a full-service used car lot to fit every budget with the right vehicle for you. Trade-ins are accepted and they pay cash for your car. Pass Auto Center at 2609 West Ramsey in Banning, just off the I-10 freeway between Sunset and 22nd. Call 951-849-7878.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience, we appreciate you. Don't forget, we're on Alexa. Make sure to download the app. It's KMET 1490 AM as well. It's free, easy to download, and currently accessible by each and every person, except if you're in North Korea and or China. Pretty confident about that. Although, have you seen the latest, Jesse? A lot of violence in Chinatown, and I guess against our Asian friends as well, which is not a really good thing. When I mean, come on, like, why is this happening? Have you noticed that?
I've been seeing some news reports and stuff like that about the rise of violence against Asian Americans. That's just horrible in general because they're attacking the elderly who can't defend themselves, and just pretty much you shouldn't be attacking anyone in general. It's wrong, but it's sad. And when you watch these videos, you're just like in shock because like I saw one where this old man was literally just walking, and this guy comes up from behind him, hits him in the head, and he just falls straight down.
Yeah,
like this dude is at least like 70 or 80. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, and that's my thing. I think it's ridiculous that this is happening right now. Increase in attacks, especially near Chinese New Year, which I live in the beautiful city of Monterey Park, and many of my friends are Asian and of different descents, right? I mean, it's not a one blanket all, right? But with Chinese New Year, which is approaching tomorrow, actually, law enforcement is preparing for the possibility of more. The Bay Area has seen a series of attacks targeting Asian Americans, especially the elderly. They've been similar attacks in other parts of the country, which kind of reminds me of even I want to say was it the 50s or the 60s? I think it was the 50s after some things had happened. But this is kind of like a reoccurrence, right? And this is something we don't want to see. I remember in watching Ip Man, I think it was Ip Man 4 covers that type of discussion. And that's the thing that you just do not want to happen in your own backyard. The group Stop Asian American Pacific Islander Hate says that since mid-March of last year until the end of 2020, they received over 2,800 accounts of anti-Asian attacks from across the country. Some of the victims blamed anti-Asian rhetoric from, again, former President Donald Trump as references to the China virus when discussing COVID-19. We've talked about that. We said don't let it get that out of hand. Some fear, even with Trump out of office, the problem is continuing to get worse. The president of the Oakland Chinatown Chamber of Commerce, Carl Chen, says the frequency is much higher, the number is much higher, and the attack is more severe and more serious. It's getting more violent. Some prominent Asian American actors are speaking out. Daniel Wu, Daniel Day Kim are offering a $25,000 reward for an arrest in one Bay Area attack. Daniel Day Kim says, the way we see it is that it's not one community against another, it's everyone versus racism. President Joe Biden last month signed an executive order to combat hate against Asian Americans. Biden said, quote, unity and healing must begin with understanding the truth, not ignorance and lies. Many fear the attacks could continue as we approach the Lunar New Year Friday. And Wu said, quote, that's a sad thing for us because this is a time to rejoice and be happy. But right now, everyone's in fear and anxiety. And, look, Daniel Wu, again, you can see him in things such as Into the Badlands, New Police Story, Tomb Raider, Warcraft. Have you seen Into the Badlands? That's a good show, by the way.
Into the Badlands. I've seen pieces of it. I've never actually sat down to watch it.
Yeah, it's actually really well done. So go check it out. I highly recommend it. Okay, so there you go. So look, don't be that person. Seriously, don't be the person we have to put on the high list. Used to be a segment called "Who's on the High List." Pauline actually started that. I got to give credit where credit's due, but don't be that person. Okay. Riverside County, our own backyard, Wednesday reported more confirmed cases and unfortunately more deaths. Health officials have confirmed the county's first known local case of the more contagious COVID-19 variant first detected in the United Kingdom, known as B117. It's B.1.1.7. County spokesperson Brooke Federico said the case was reported to health officials over the weekend, though she did not specify where the case originated. Dr. Cameron Kaiser, county public health officer, said, quote, it was inevitable we would see this strain in Riverside County, and in our large population, we will probably see others. It doesn't change the need for people to take precautions with facial coverings, social distancing, and good hygiene. It works for other things, and it works for this too. Also on Tuesday, officials said that supplies of COVID vaccines could be increasing in the county due to the state's dispensing program. The California Department of Public Health previously made decisions on how many doses that you could receive based on the population. According to Lung, who is the individual there, says our supplies have been limited and unpredictable. We're operating on a week-to-week basis. Sometimes we get more Pfizer, sometimes more Moderna. According to Lung, just over 200,000 residents have received their first doses, but there are ongoing concerns about the county's ability to complete the 2-dose immunization process. They said, we're trying our best to continue making improvements. At the end of the week, the county will open a vaccination clinic at the Palm Springs Convention Center with more mobile clinics in the works to reach more remote locations. Those who need to make an appointment do so on the county's public health department or by calling the 211 helpline. Health officials reported that hospitalizations were continuing to fall Wednesday. So, let's keep it falling and not keep it spreading. So be careful out there and practice good everything, right? Right, Jesse?
Yes, practice good everything.
Yeah, that I don't know how else to put it. Just do that. All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Who is the Atua Man? Can you imagine exploring spiritual consciousness through an exotic action-adventure story? The Atua Man is masterfully illuminated in this self-discovery novel by John Stevenson. Dive into the page-turning epic hero's journey, weaving together high action with spiritual revelation. Join the Atua Man and his colorful cohorts as they travel through the majestic Hawaii, the hidden mysteries of Polynesia, and the intrigue, starting with the mysterious healing that breeds chaos in London. This journey guides us through the trials of living in the material world, arriving into enlightened consciousness, perhaps glimpse into the fabric of creation. How is the Atua Man affected by the global healing ministry surrounding him? How does he navigate the complexities of love, forgiveness, life and death, wealth and power? Find out in John Stevenson's TheAtuaMan.com, Apple Books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
Your health truly is the greatest gift. At U-Theory, quality of life is at the heart of every product we make. From farm to shelf, we travel the world to source the purest, most efficacious, and clinically studied ingredients to create science-backed supplements that support beauty, emotional, digestive, and physical well-being. All U-Theory products are manufactured at our Southern California facility, ensuring the highest quality standards every step of the way. As a family-owned company, we celebrate the power of human potential with a mission to inspire wellness in all. Try U-Theory Immune Plus Daily Wellness, 100% daily values of vitamin C, D3, and zinc. Go beyond the you of today and catch the you of tomorrow. U-Theory.
Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions now has Pack Your Meds. That's right, just add water. You order 5 or more prescriptions from Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions, and they will pack your meds for you in AM/PM marked packs. No more sitting down and counting and dropping them on the floor. You remember, it's not fun. I didn't like it. So now they'll do it for you. Safe, sealed, and dated. So call Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions at 951-845-8252.
Big part of what inspired my new Vince Daniels show. You may recall, end of 2019 on social media, the memes for the countdown to the roaring 20s, like it was 100 years ago again. Then came February and March, and we know the rest of the story. Nothing like 1920. So what changed in the last century to keep us from roaring again? Maybe the Vince Daniels show has some answers. Thursday mornings, 9 to 10 Pacific, here on Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope TV, and more. Lots of questions coming up on the heels of the situation with the actress. I know that one of our social media comments is talking about Gina Carano. And for those that don't know the actress, Jesse, can you give us a brief synopsis of what's going on?
So apparently Gina Carano, who is in The Mandalorian as Cara Dune, she was let go from Lucasfilms because of the stuff that she's been posting on Twitter and Instagram. She posts a lot of far right stuff, so I know a lot of people don't like it. So everyone has their own views. I'm not here to judge. I just want her to do her job. That's it. So I'm not the didn't like it. So yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to read one of the story headlines. Who again? I enjoy her character. I haven't seen the second season, just so you know. I only saw the first season when she was introduced, and then I was like, "Who is this lady? She really kicks butt, like literally." And then I realized how talented she is, right, as a fighter as well. But according to this, a Lucasfilm spokesperson said in a statement to Variety, Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm. There are no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. Now I'm a little confused on this, and maybe because I haven't followed her a lot, actually, online, but I saw a couple stories where she talked about certain things, likening certain. I'm afraid to say it because I don't want to be dropped by anybody. But at the same time, well, let's see. According to this, one of Carano's posts, which she appeared to repost from another account, referenced the Holocaust, during which an estimated 6 million Jewish people were murdered, and how the conditions then were similar to contemporary political divides. Which that's not an uncommon statement by many people that have ever said anything about anything, right? Many have said don't be a Nazi. Some say you're acting like a Nazi. Some say, right? I mean, we've heard those statements pretty regularly. Anybody can. It's not like you can just not unhear that. And you know what? If you're gonna do any research, it's good that you go do research about the Holocaust rather than being the person that says it didn't exist, right? There are some young ones that have gone and said, no, the Holocaust never happened, just like the flat earth liners, right? Like, no, the earth is flat. It doesn't make sense. It's true. It happens. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? Part of the post read, according to Variety. She later deleted that story, and another that appeared to poke fun at mask wearing with an image of a person whose entire head was covered with masks, captioning, meanwhile, in California. Okay, I've seen those too, and I've seen even Californians do that, right? So, okay. She did delete every story she shared Wednesday, including one that repeated the conspiracy that convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein didn't die by suicide. Okay, so I get it. She's very vocal on her social media. Okay. Carano courted controversy in fall of 2020 when she refused fans' requests to put her pronouns in her Twitter bio as a show of support for transgender people. Instead, she wrote beep, bop, boop in her bio, which the fans appeared to mock trans people. Okay. So in other words, she's like, stop telling me what to do. Okay, I kind of get that. She wrote in September, with the gift of R2D2, beep, bop, boop has zero to do with mocking trans people and to do with exposing the bullying mentality of the mom that has taken over the voices of many genuine causes. I want people to know you can take hate with a smile. So boop you for misunderstanding. Okay, I get where her headset is at, right? Like she's like, okay. Variety reported that she later removed the words from her Twitter bio after speaking to her co-star Pedro Pascal, who she said helped her understand why people were putting them in their bios. She then said she supports freedom to choose. Carano posted about ending child sex trafficking with the hashtag Save Our Children because the hashtag has been co-opted by QAnon conspiracy followers. Facebook, which owns Instagram, restricted the hashtag's visibility on its apps. Okay, that's one slant of it. And then I saw another one which talked about how she said, sometimes things happen. And she was kind of coming to the idea that those that were Jewish back in the day were actually also beat up and or hated by the people, kind of like the Asian story that we talked about earlier, right? Right? So sometimes the mentality happens before it happens with the soldiers. The community starts moving against. Right? What do they call it? Anti-fascism? I don't know what the terminologies are, but my point is, it's hate in any flavor is pretty much unacceptable. I'm just confused about the things that she has or had, and I feel like there's more information that's going to come off on this now that it's making national news headlines. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know what to expect, but I'm checking out her social media. She posts her own stuff. This is a case where you probably want somebody else to start posting for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much get off social media.
Yeah, you hit, Gina, though, I will say this, you hit it big time with Mandalorian. Keep it up. And I don't know everything you're saying. I'm looking at some of her posts right here, and they're not all that bad. Like I'm seeing one right here. It says, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Posted by Martin Luther King Jr. So, but you know what I appreciate though, Jesse? I've been on the receiving end as well, and I would be great to be a Mandalorian. Don't you think it'd be great to be a Mandalorian, Jesse?
Yeah, I can see you on the Mandalorian.
No. I'm just saying either one of us. But my point is, like, wouldn't it be cool if we were? But then, of course, all of your Facebook and everything is like on lockdown, so you can't make a comment about nothing. Because I made comments and people they misconstrue my comments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes I put a quote and I've gotten quotes misconstrued. I post I try to keep it as positive as possible, and things get kind of screwy. So, you know, there you go. I mean, recently I had evidently a call to our station trying to get me in trouble because they didn't like what I said, you know, and I'm like, okay, I've only ever said anything really good about, you know, cities. And if I say anything, it's always the truth. But I've always said this, Jesse, you got to be careful with people and their mentalities. Some people just don't make sense. Now, if Lucasfilm did this, I feel they had a proper right? They know their legal status. And what people don't know is there is a clause that typically, especially it's a clause that some contracts in the entertainment industry will actually make you sign. I can't remember the clause name, but it's like if you are involved in anything terrible. I remember hearing about one with another network. I can't remember the clause, but basically, if you're in some type of conspiracy or anything, or if you're seen drinking or, you know, alcohol, they could drop you at like a hat because they want to keep a very good image of that person. So you don't want to be involved in anything nefarious, anything corrupt. I just don't know about the social media posting, at what point that gets a little out of hand, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure they warned her enough. I saw a post where Jon Favreau about a month ago actually tried to come up to her aid and try to keep her from doing this. I think she just didn't realize how big the wheel is. You know what I mean? You got to be careful. You have to be careful. So there you go. But I still don't know what she said that really got her booted off. But I'm sure somebody will say, you don't know the whole story. And then I'll say, oh, because that's happened too. Sometimes I come to somebody's aid and then they go, oh. So I don't know the full story. I really don't. I'm just kind of discovering that. Let's see comments there. And social media says this. Maria says, many want Lucy Lawless, who looks very much like her, to play a role in the show. I think it'll work myself. Let's see. Also says, now they want Mark Ruffalo to be fired because of his post in 2017. They want to know what the difference is between his and her posts. I think there comes a point where things just need to be left alone. After a few years like that, you can't look back more. You can't look back, move forward. And she did remove some of her posts. So again, you're going to look. Now I've seen, on the flip side of that, I've seen ones that post so much hate, they never get removed. But again, they're not working for Lucasfilm and or Disney. So I can understand that. So I just hope, I don't know. I hope they figure it out for her. I really do, if anything, but there you go. All right. I don't know. I don't know how that goes. All right, people, we got to take a quick break. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
There's more to the water you drink than you think. It's structure that matters the most to your body. So healthy is clean and pure and mineralized, but processed has lost the structure essential to water. It comes right back with the golden ratio. Your glassware is all it takes, so get it right. You'll be sharper by day and sleep better at night. GoldenRatioProducts.com.
Standard time is here. That means shorter days and cooler nights that make you want to stay inside. Don't get caught in the cold. Franklin Mechanical Systems can do a preventative maintenance check on your heating unit. Get it working right. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems, for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000, and stay warm today.
KMET presents the 2-hour Heart to Heart radio show every Thursday afternoon beginning at 3 p.m. Heart to Heart grapples with personal issues of addiction recovery, sex therapy, relationships, and traumas. With over 60 years of combined counseling experience, Dr. Mitra and me, Dr. Robert, discuss lifestyle and treatments to help you cope and achieve the inner peace we all desire. The 2-hour Heart to Heart radio show is here for you every Thursday afternoon beginning at 3 p.m. Join us.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Glad to have you with us. Lots of people looking at social media now and going, wait, what did I post back in 3 years ago? Right? Because if you want to get hired and you want to stay hired, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. But you know what I say? It always takes, a group of people to get really mad and or upset at you. So always spread love, and you can't be you can't. I don't know. Now I want to see all those posts that she's ever posted just to kind of see. But we'll see. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Jared is it Leto, or Leto?
Good question. I call him Jared Leto.
Jared Leto? Yeah, I've always called him Jared Leto. He's of course the Joker in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Vanity Fair actually had the first look at his version of the comic book villain in a hospital gown. And he's kind of really, really, transforming himself. So there it is. Does that make you want to see it?
Compared to what he looked like before, yes.
Well, yeah, this is what we know about the film, which will debut on March 18th on HBO Max. Joker appears in the new film during a sequence set on a ruined Earth after the alien tyrant Darkseid invades and decimates the planet. It's a dream sequence, a psychic vision experienced by Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne that reveals what will happen if the superheroes fail to stop the onslaught. Joker is sort of the ghost of Christmas yet to come, supplying motivation through terror. That's in the Zack Snyder's Justice League director's cut of the 2017 film. So, Jesse, make you want to see it still?
Oh, yeah. I've always wanted to see it. So hopefully he'll turn it into a completely different film, because I recently watched Batman vs. Superman, then I watched the Justice League, and it feels like two different films, obviously, but it's just one's darker and then one tends to brighten up a bit more, but it just felt incomplete and rushed.
Yeah, for sure. I totally get that. Somebody who's speaking out on her own. I mean, because, I don't get it. Other people get away with it, but, you got to be careful what you say. Halle Berry. What do you think about Halle Berry? As an actress, obviously.
As an actress, she's an okay actress.
Okay, all right. I'd be careful what you say about her because you might get deleted. But especially after this comment. The actress had the perfect response after someone tried to troll her for her multiple failed relationships. The exchange began when Berry posted a message on Instagram, which said, "Women don't owe you bleep." See, I do bleepity bloppity bloop all the time because I can't say these words. So I kind of understand what the other one was saying. One commenter wrote, says the woman who can't keep a man. You never say that to anybody on social media, especially a lady. Well, that's when Barry replied, quote, who says I want to keep the wrong man? Because I don't. Boom, drop the mic. Well, another one then kind of, got in on the action there and said, geesh, Hallie, had some trouble with men in your life? Well, okay, so obviously you can tell some people know her personal life and her personal business, right? Obviously, I mean, her stuff's pretty public. She didn't hold back, and she wrote, nope, they had trouble with me. Ooh, touche. The Oscar winner replied to one Instagram commenter, writing, no man has ever taken care of me, ever. Trust me, I could see that. When it comes to her love life, of course, she had several high-profile relationships. She was married to baseball player David Justice from 93 to 97. She went on to marry her second husband, Eric Benet, in 2001. Divorced in 2005. Barry had her first child with model Gabriel Aubry in 2008 before the couple split 2 years later. After several years of dating, her and Olivier Martinez wed in 2013 and welcomed Barry's second child later that year. The couple announced in 2015 that they were divorcing. And I say, oh, well. You know what I mean? At least she's self-improving, and you know what? There you go. But there you go. So now you know what's happening in Halle Berry's life. I say, good for her, whatever she's doing. One of our friends, he's her trainer actually, and he trained her along with others when she got in shape for John Wick. What was that? John Wick 3, I think. And she was fierce on that, right? I wanted to see more of her. I felt that they kind of did her a disservice. I wanted to see like just her and him throughout like the latter half of the whole film. You know what I mean? Weren't those dogs like ferocious?
I'll be honest, I have not seen that movie yet.
What? Oh, you got it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Spoiler alert.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I just haven't seen it complete all the way through. I own it too, so I feel bad.
That's yeah, you got to watch that. Go watch it and then come back to me. But I mean, just look at her role in that. And she really I mean, she's not as fast as Keanu when but the dogs, like I want a pack of dogs like her dogs in that film. And they're real dogs. They're not just, I mean, I'm sure a couple times they were CGI'd in, but some of the stuff they do, you're like, I need dogs like that. Anybody that's seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Make it a John Wick day. And there you go. Let's see. Mario says Heath Ledger, best Joker. Yeah, right. I know. I agree with that. But there you go. So, and says, it's an awesome one. You gotta watch it. So there you go. So go watch John Wick 3. Okay. In other news, obviously, it's all about coronavirus. It's still here. There's different strains coming up in Riverside. Jesse, I can no longer visit you. I apologize. I don't know what's going on over there, but I know. Sad, huh?
Right? And we're about to have a drive-through baby shower. I'm going to be dressed up as a giant elephant. So,
what? Wait, what? What?
Yeah.
Wait.
No, we're having a drive.
You can't hit me with something like that. Like you're, huh?
Yeah, no, we're having a drive-through baby shower for my older brother's kid. So, because since we can't have a regular baby shower because can't have people all around.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We decided to do a drive-by one. So we're going to be passing out little gifts and stuff. And so when my brother and mom were talking to me, I kind of zoned out. So I just said yes to everything that they were telling me. Apparently I said yes to wearing an elephant costume. So yeah.
So now you're gonna wait a second. Because I do that sometimes. So you committed to that?
Mm-hmm. Like I'm doing right now. So people watch out, pay attention to what you're agreeing to. But yeah, I'm going to be an elephant. It's one of those blow up, like those dinosaur ones. So it's going to be a elephant. It's going to be fun.
I'm going to see you rock it. I can see that. You should have water spraying out of your trunk as a baby shower. Right? Just
That'd be so cool.
Oh man. Okay. You know what? The things you can make Jesse do if he's just not listening. I appreciate that. All right. I don't know if you guys saw this. Tom Brady, of course, with the Lombardi Trophy, as was celebrating the Super Bowl win. Did you see this, Jesse?
No. What did Brady do?
Yeah, it's been going everywhere. I was wondering what it was. Well, what you'll do. There's a video going around. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're floating around the Hillsborough River in Tampa and going through Peak, Florida. Just you see Tom Brady tossing the Lombardi Trophy from his $2 million yacht. He tosses that thing right over the water. You see it from the other boat. It didn't appear that people would believe he would do it, but of course, obviously, he was, pretty drunk, I think. A late afternoon update on Brady. It looks like he had a wonderful time. Good thing it's the offseason because sleeping off a Super Bowl title celebration of 43 years old is a far cry from doing it at 24, was one comment. Speaking of Gronk, he's going to fall off a boat at some point. There's a lot of cameras. Other players didn't have much success avoiding the water, but there you go. I guess the question begs itself, did they get the trophy back? Did they have to go diving? Where's the story at? So be careful out there. Drink responsibly. And if you're going to party, don't throw trophies out into the water. That would be a very bad idea.
Right? I would have jumped after it. I'd be like, what are you doing? You're crazy.
Yeah, right. I know. So, yeah, he just drank a little too much. So there you go. I get it. But maybe thought it would float, not realizing it doesn't float. So there you go. And then there's other stories as well that we want to share maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to have our very own Ricardo Rodriguez back to talk about some vehicles. If you have questions there, you can always ask about some questions about any vehicles that you'd like to see, whether it be a truck, an SUV. Electric is all the rage. I just did a huge 411 with Dodge yesterday, and boy, some of their new upcoming vehicles pretty fast. Some vehicles that are muscle cars, they're gonna kind of reduce, unfortunately, which I didn't like hearing. But of course, they gotta look. The car manufacturers, what we're gonna start seeing is a little bit of a compression of certain vehicles that they have had, and now they're just trying to get things moving. So I think if anything, that might be good for prices, right? Prices might kind of come down to be a little bit more affordable. Certain things might come out that will help you be able to afford vehicles a little bit better. But at the same time, I was kind of a little disappointed with some of the statements over by Jeep as well, because they had some statements, although the Gladiator is a good top seller as well, but they got some other pretty cool vehicles as well. So who knows, maybe we'll talk about some of that and or other things tomorrow. But there you go. All right, people, I appreciate you. Rosalie says we want a live, Jesse. That's what I was thinking. We need a live stream of that situation. And you're going to now have to come in as an elephant the very next day. I
don't know. To be honest, it takes a while to put that costume on.
See, when he's listening, you can't make him do nothing.
You got to get me when I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, it's darn it. It didn't work. I got to do a Jedi mind trick. Come in with let's see. We got I think
you got to distract me with something and then come at me with the question.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. All right. Well, that's our time. So we're done. All right, Jesse, make it a great one. Whatever you do, don't forget to be responsible in that costume. Don't go. Although you should go to Walmart in it. I'm just saying, take some pictures, some photos too. All right. Bye-bye, everyone. All right. For the rest of you tuning in, I appreciate you. Make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember, life is living. Live it well. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.